Well. Look, man. Usually around this time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll be trying to kick y'all some knowledge to feed y'all motherfucking brain. But right now, we ain't gonna kick no knowledge right now. All the knowledge is reserved for Tuesdays and Thursdays. But on this day, this right here, you probably don't know what the fuck this is. You don't know what the fuck you listening to right now, and that's fine. I'm gonna run you down through there. All right, this is the True World Order. All right, this is where strange news meets hip hop meets whatever the fuck I want to talk about, and we have a very interesting slate. I got a lot to get through. I also got to make some jambalaya, so we ain't gonna be here for long. But today we're gonna talk about the one-off Marvel and DC collab. Also, EA Sports, Electronic Arts, not EA Sports, but Electronic Arts ends the Black Panther game and closes down Cliffhanger Studios. And Artificial Intelligence School in Tampa, a former manager of the Harvard Morgue pled guilty to harvesting organs. Um, Also, we got a tribe in the Amazon who recently got Starlink a few months ago. Then they're suing the New York Times for allegations of them getting too freaky in the rainforest. The state of Missouri also gives crypto a tax break. Oklahoma's House Bill 1003 heats up a debate about the age of consent. And Trump says no more pennies. And just breaking news while I just got on here, I'm hearing that Trump is pardoning um, young boy and did something with Larry Hoover that just came up. So I might not graze on that because I don't know shit about all that shit. But and we also have some animal news. You know, this ain't the true world order without a good dose of some animal news. We got Costa Rica cocaine and 5 capybaras. We got exotic pets and cartels being saved and things of that nature. So for all my nerds, we gonna go ahead and get all the nerd business out the way. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't only speak for myself by saying I know a lot of y'all niggas don't read. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't talking about y'all. We talking about the ones who do read. I get busy in the comic book area. So we got the one off Marvel and DC collab. Let me bring that up real quick on the screen. Deadpool and Batman is dropping. Deadpool and Batman is dropping I think September. For all my comic book heads out there, let's give you a chance to save your money up, save your ducats up. I'm gonna bring the music back because I thought I had music in the background, but I'm gonna bring that back. I'm gonna bring the James Bond pause music back, because that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's very nostalgic. I feel comfortable when I have that James Bond pause music back there, especially the one that don't give me a copyright. But anyway, here we go. Let me full screen this. Can I full screen it? Take me off. Okay. So, no, I'm trying to full screen that. Can I full screen that? Let me come on now. So, let me see. Let me zoom in for everybody with small eyes. So, Deadpool and Batman, right? Arrives in comic shops this September. Marvel and DC kick off the most highly anticipated crossover of the year. For all my nerds out there, we were trying to figure out which who they gonna put together in Marvel and DC. I reported on some rumblings. We heard some rumblings over here in the Universal Trio, or we heard some rumblings. You know, once we start hearing Marvel and DC, you know, that's when we get in our bag a little bit. I'm gonna be at the movie theater, although I didn't see the last movie that they were showing while I was watching cinemas. I think it's like the Lightning Bolts, Thunderbolts. I don't know. We'll catch that on Disney Plus. But Deadpool and Batman arrive in comic shops this September. Marvel and DC kick off the most highly anticipated crossover of the year. This is gonna be in the fall, so this gives you time to get your shit right, right? So this was announced earlier yesterday, you know. So if y'all a fan of Deadpool, y'all a fan of Batman, they got 2 covers. This how the first cover gonna look. We're gonna look at it from top to bottom. Deadpool, Batman, as you can see, the Cape Crusader and the Mercenary with a mouth coming to a comic shop near you, September 2025. Shout out to Marvel and DC for collabing. I guess the plot is, you know, Wade Wilson has been hired for a job in Gotham City. So that's when you meet Batman. We all know how those two characters um, interact. We've seen them live, we've seen them on the cartoons, and we've seen them throughout our lives for those who are into DC and Marvel and things of that nature. Let's see, and that's pretty much it on that. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next one, which saddens me. Right, I was waiting on this game. Y'all know I'm a gamer. I'll be on my gaming shit as well. And I want to say there's an Avengers game. It had a DLC of Black Panther, the Black Panther DLC. So I was like, man, that's kind of dope. We can play the demo, and I played it on YouTube, things of that nature, on Twitch and shit like that, right? Shortly after that, or during that time, EA decided that they were going to announce the Black Panther. I want to say they probably did this at an E3 or something like that, but they were going to, not going to, but they announced that Black Panther, the video game, was going to drop. But sadly, today, as I seen it, EA cancels the Black Panther game, and they closed down Cliffhanger Games. Now, this is the third round of layoffs for EA this year. Electronic Arts is canceling its planned Black Panther game and shutting down developer Cliffhanger Games. IGN has learned. An email sent to staff, EA Entertainment President Laura Miele said that these changes, alongside other recent cancellation and layoffs, are being done to sharpen our focus. And they're gonna put a goddamn Caesar's dressing ad right in the middle of my motherfucking thing. All right. EA declined to comment. IGN understands the total number of affected individuals in this wave is less than roughly 300 roles cut last month across Respawn and EA's fan care teams, but cannot confirm by how much. So they're cutting shit. That a lot of layoffs has been happening. I'm watching a lot of shifts in tech. A lot of shit is happening. I'm assuming to make room for the AI, since they don't really need that many humans anymore. I think mine it's some type of game that a developer from Grand Theft Auto dropped. He dropped a trailer for it. It's like Mind Reader or Mind Eye, some shit like that, where you determine the outcome. Every decision, every type is also used a lot of artificial intelligence in the game. The same type of AI that will be used in Grand Theft Auto 6. So, we got clips right here we're not gonna play, but this saddens me because I was ready. I'm keeping eyes on the Blade game. They also had a Blade game. I'm not sure if that was EA or 2K or somebody had the Blade game was supposed to happen too. They played a trailer for it, I want to say a year and a half ago. And that has never came out. We haven't really heard anything about the Blade game as well. And recently, that Marvel just dropped Blade, the TV series that's supposed to happen with Mahershala Ali and things of that nature. They need to go ahead and give all this shit to Ryan Coogler. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ryan Coogler, because Ryan Coogler is, executive producer of Ironheart. You don't know who Ironheart is? I'm going to tell you who Ironheart is. Ironheart is one of the coldest young sisters in the Marvel Universe, if not the coldest. If you think Shuri is dope, you feel what I'm saying? She knows Shuri from Black Panther. T'Challa's sister. If y'all seen Black Panther 2, you seen we were introduced to Ironheart. She takes over the mantle. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of Ironheart since her inception. I got two little girls. So, well, one little girl, other one teenager, but still a little girl. But I got two girls, two young Black girls. So I think that representation is very important in that, especially in those settings, because we see a lot of these young hussies out here. Y'all use the term hussy. A lot of these young hussy, like my mom used to say when shit the picture tail look good. You know what I'm talking about? Picture tail look good. We see a lot of young hussies, picture tail look good, but we rarely see young Black women, young Black girls in prominent roles that don't involve anything about getting naked or sexuality or things like that. So these Black these young black women are very smart and very intuitive, and they get to it. You understand me? They get to it. So I'm a fan of Ironheart, Ryan Coogler. If you like the first Black Panther, you feel what I'm saying? If you like Sinners, if you like anything Ryan Coogler does, he's never going to strike out. So he's also executive producer Ironheart as well. The trailer is out for that. I will play if they're gonna copyright a young nigga. I ain't made up. We ain't that far up and it got that rankings and we do shit. He copyright. You feel what I'm saying? So, but these cuts come on the heels of multiple other rounds of layoffs, right? So they've been cutting off shit left and right. Let me see. Earlier this year, EA restructured BioWare, moving some of the developers to other projects and laying off others. In 2024, there was a massive restructuring at EA that resulted in 670 workers laid off. Excuse me. Company-wide, including around 24 workers at Respawn. In 2023, 50 jobs were cut at BioWare, and they cut some jobs also at Codemasters. And they also implemented mandatory get your ass back to the office work. No more that we gonna vacation. I'm gonna log in, but naked and work on the game. Ain't time for that. Get your ass back at work, back in the office. We can crank this shit out. So, also EA, the trailer for College Football 26 is dropping tomorrow. So, like I said, for all my game heads, you already know how I get busy on the goddamn College Football 26. I've been waiting on that shit since 2014. You know what I'm saying? For 25, we would wait on that as a community. You feel what I'm saying? Now we done got in our 30s and they just now put another game. But now College Football 26 is dropping very soon. The trailer for it drops tomorrow. We're going to see what is going on in the reveals and things of that nature. So let's see. I think that's it on that note. So let's get to the Amazonian tribe. Let me hit this chat real quick, see what's going on. What's up with I'm on one? Well, welcome to the True World Order, man. You know, this is my little creation to kind of, first of all, let me get the goddamn McDonald's chicken strips off the screen real quick. No, come on now. Goddamn. You know, not even sure that shit's real chicken. But welcome, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know what this is right now, you know, this is True World Order. You know, this is my little block right here. This is on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, days, I get all my shit in. On Tuesdays and Thursdays is the more important, the philosophical, the metaphysical type shit. But on Wednesdays, we kind of cut loose and we kind of get to it. So welcome, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, my bald head brother. Shout out to all the bald niggas out there. We must be in alliance. Summertime about to hit, springtime about to hit. We must make sure that we right, that sun be beaming off our bald heads. And I know some of y'all out there be trying whatever. So if you know of any good products to, you know, get that off, you know what I'm saying, to get the shine right, because the shine is what attracts the huzz. You feel what I'm saying? The shine is what attracts the huzz. You feel me? So coconut oil, you know, tea tree oil, things of that nature. If y'all with that, y'all make sure all the sexy ladies out there, they use the oils and the butters and cream, things of that nature. Go ahead and hit me up. I'm gonna call my oil plug and I'm gonna see what I got to go do. So give me some goddamn. You feel me? So now besides we got the Deadpool, we got the EA councils, we got all the nerd shit out the way so far. You know, shout out to all my nerds out there. Now we're gonna go to a Amazonian tribe, right? Now I don't know how this is possible, but Starlink. If anybody know what Starlink is, you know about young Elon and the things he has done with Starlink. So, hold on real quick. Oh shit, where my whole screen go? Let me see. Pull that back up real quick. Nope. Get that, and then put that right there. All right. So, let me see. Make sure we on target for this. So, an Amazonian tribe, the Marubo tribe, is suing the New York Times over a report claiming that the community's access to high-speed internet led to a rise of porn addiction among its members. They got the internet and they finally discovered booty talk. Allegedly, according to the New York Times, they discovered all types of Pornhub, all the freaky shit that's been going on over here on this side of the game for a long time. They discovered Jasmine Cashmere. They discovered Pinky. They discovered Buffy the Body. Not Buffy the Body. Lord have mercy. She probably did some porn too, but they discovered the Body XXX. They discovered Giselle. They discovered Angel Eye. They discovered the West Coast Productions All Stars and probably many of the new All Stars as well. But this allegedly, this Amazonian tribe. Now I don't know how they are suing because they are a remote tribe in the Amazon. You hear what I'm saying? I don't know why I said Amazon like that, but in the Amazon. All right, somewhere off in Brazil, somewhere around that area. That's where they turf is at. So, it claims it led members to being labeled as porn addicts. So they like, nah, we ain't addicted to it. We fuck with it though, but we not addicted to it. So the defamation lawsuit, a lawyer has found his way to the remote tribe of the Marubo people, right? Unable to handle basic exposure to the internet and highlighted the allegations that their youth had become consumed by pornography, which is not too far, is really not too far. It's not too motherfucking far. I put it like that, right? It's not too far. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I want to say about a month or two ago, I did a story about the Korean soldiers who were fighting. They were fighting in the Ukrainian with all Russia, all that shit over there. But they were never allowed to search the internet. So once they got over, westward, they started having the internet. You feel what I'm saying? And you already know what they got to doing. Some that they like, oh shit. What they, oh shit. So, that old shit happened. Oh shit. So they got used to it and they were might have been distracted by choking the chicken. You understand me? Pause. They might have gotten a little bit too distracted while they were over there trying to fight for the rights of somebody else, the allies or whatever the fuck. I don't get too far into the wars and things of that nature, but it is what it is. So it's not too far-fetched. Now, New York Times said that it did report. The report did not say anything of the tribe's members were addicted to porn. TMZ and Yahoo have been contacted for comment, but the Marubo tribe, an indigenous community of about 2,000 people, is seeking at least 180 million. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm gonna say that's euros because this is the BBC. Pause. This is a European a European outlet, so that's roughly 133 million euro. I don't know, but 180 million in US dollars in damages. So the New York Times story, written 9 months after the Marubo tribe gained access to Starlink, a satellite internet service from Elon Musk SpaceX. The tribe was already grappling with some of the challenges that they had racked American households for years, as this, like their teenagers being glued to phones, violent video games, minors watching pornography. The report said. Now, it stated that a community leader and a vocal critic of the internet was most unsettled by the porn. Right, he had been told of the more aggressive sexual behavior from young men. So now they're doing too much. They want to hump everything. You feel what I'm saying? That the report also noted that the perceived benefits of the internet among the tribe include the ability to alert authorities to health issues and environmental destruction and stay in touch with faraway family. Now, this lawsuit also claims that other news outlets sensationalized the New York Times report, including a headline from TMZ and they being messy as fuck, referencing the porn addiction. The response led to New York Times to run a follow-up report And so, they pretty much got busy. So the report said they got more than 100 websites around the world have published headlines that falsely claim about the Marubo people being addicted to porn out there in the Amazon. The name plaintiffs. Now, my whole thing is this: I have no idea how the fuck a lawyer got out there, but I imagine with the internet, whatever can happen. See what I'm saying? Now, a community leader, Enoch, I'm gonna say his name is Enoch Marubo, and a Brazilian activist, Flora Dutra, who helped distribute the $15,000 Starlink antennas to the tribe. Said that the NYT story helped fuel a global media storm, and it got too much because they didn't want to be labeled as no freaks out here. They don't want to be no freaks. And there's some more there. They said they were humiliated, harassed, and all things of that nature. But just imagine a place like this getting the internet, and first time you get the internet and you freaked off. You freaked off. You done seen some shit that you really wasn't supposed to see. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never seen nothing like Pinky out there. I'm talking about Prime Pinky too. They ain't never seen nothing like Prime Pinky out there. They ain't never seen nothing like Prime Cherokee the ass out there. They probably like, what the fuck? They probably typed and went to the search bar because go to the search bar and typed in Brazil. They ain't never been to the Brazil category in the porn, so they like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Luna Isles and things like that. They, don't ask me how I know these people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making up names, all allegedly. But the Marubo people of Brazil don't like the fact that everybody's calling them freaked out. So shout out to the shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Marubo people. If y'all fuck with me, I'm gonna try to reach out to one. Y'all got the internet now, so y'all able to watch the trip here. I might be able to gain a new market. So shout out to the Marubo people out there. I fuck with y'all. Hopefully I can come out there, chop it up. I might go live from Marubo since I got the internet out there. I might go live from the goddamn Marubo in the forest. You understand me? So I might go live out there in the goddamn rain forest. As long as I don't get bit by nothing. Now, we're going to kind of get political. I think these are the shit that kind of caught my eye. In Missouri, hold on, let me see this real quick. The state of Missouri, or better, the Missouri House has passed a bill to exempt capital gains tax on crypto transactions. Now, like I said before, this is kind of out of my wheelhouse, but not quite out of it. This is kind of, I'm on the fringe of it, because I fuck with the crypto. But I think this is the first of its kind, right? I think they are the first state to show real quick. The first state to do this. So I wonder if other states will follow. Here we go. So Missouri has obtained final approval for legislation that will suspend the personal capital gains tax this year. So Missouri will become the first state in the United States to eliminate the capital gains tax on income from the sale of stocks, real estate, and crypto assets. The bill passed in the Senate last month, and then by a vote of 102 to 41 in the House, it was a top goal for House Republicans, and the bill passed on House Wednesday with only GOP votes and 10% present votes from the Democrats. So this is a big deal if y'all out there in Missouri, in St. Louis, in Kansas City, in Springfield, in Columbia, in goddamn whatever the fuck. If you out there in Missouri and you into the crypto, if you're in the Ozarks, you feel what I'm saying? If you're in the Ozarks out there in Missouri, things of that nature. So according to the Missouri Independent, the bill would affect capital gains made in 2025, which would mean a loss of $430 million in state income this fiscal year, and $340 million each year after that. Crypto capital gains would also be exempt from taxation. This could encourage more trading and long-term holding of digital assets in the state of Missouri. Now, however, it would also worsen the state's income problem especially if crypto keeps increasing in value. Now, the Democrats said that the bill will only help the rich. Democrats raised concern about the budget. They pointed out that fuck that shit. We ain't really fucking with it and things of that nature. Some parts of the bill help certain groups, like giving low income seniors and people with disabilities a bigger circuit breaker property tax credit, and not taxing diapers and feminine hygiene products. See, that's where it kind of goes out my wheelhouse. See, that's but I guess that's something that they're fighting for. But I just found this point up here very, very important. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go through and read all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you like I'm just gonna go and read all that shit. But for those who are dealing with the crypto and you do live in the state of Missouri, the show me state, you might want to take a look at that. That might be on your docket. You feel what I'm saying? And we're gonna go from the state of Missouri. We're gonna come down to where I'm at currently right now in good old Oklahoma. We're gonna still stay on the House bills and things of that nature. So House bill, I want to say it's House bill 1003 about raising the age of consent, right? Preserving teen exception. Now, if you ever heard me talk about this shit, I think the age of consent being 16 is disgusting. I think everything needs to be moved up to 21. I don't think you're grown until your brain closes, and that's 25 years old. I never really understood that, but it is what it is. I kind of read more about this and kind of got more knowledge about this because it was very interesting to me on how they make these laws up, because I be trying to watch these niggas. You know what I'm saying? The older I get, like I said before, I'm not really into politics like that. But the older I get, I do try to keep a keen eye and try to be more responsible as an adult to kind of see what's going on with these lawmakers and things of that nature. Now, a measure protecting Oklahoma children and clarifying Oklahoma's Romeo and Juliet law has been sent to the governor's desk, right? House Bill 1003, authored by Rep. Jim Olson. It increases the age threshold for statutory rape. Goddamn, get some water. Statutory rape from 16 to 18. Now, it also preserves protections under the state's Romeo and Juliet law, meaning young people who engage in consensual sexual activity with someone under 18 would not be charged with rape if the age difference is less than 4 years. Young people who engage in consensual sexual activity with someone under 18 would not be charged with rape. It's kind of, I don't know. Now, House Bill 1003 also protects young Oklahomans without criminalizing teenagers who are growing up together. This bill maintains our responsibility to shield minors from exploitation while they're still showing grace to young people in close in-age relationships. I am grateful for the work. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Let me read this as well. Tim and Turner. House Bill 1003 also removes an age qualifier to clarify that sex between a school employee and a student under the age of 20 is considered rape. Right. Now, I don't know what student would be 20 years old in high school. That's nigga, get your motherfucking ass out of there. But that's where it is right now. I don't like I said, I still have to get more into this, right? Because I'm trying to figure out, I know it's a lot of weird shit going on out here, but once your ass hit a certain age, nigga, you need to start looking up and not down. You feel what I'm saying? I always felt weird, like just being in high school. Of course, we talking about, I done lost about 2-3 high school girlfriends. Like when I was in high school, I used to goddamn like one boy. You be at football practice, you come outside of football practice, some grown nigga done swooped your bitch up. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga done swooped your bitch up. when you come out of football practice, you're like, God damn, how am I gonna compete with that? He got a slab, he got an electric bill in his name and shit. I'm just, I'm just a kid. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's my thing. How the fuck, you know, weird shit. Oddly enough, that goes on in our communities a lot, in a lot of communities as well. These big ass grown ass niggas be swooping up these high school girls. I remember I done lost at least three. Like I can clearly name three and remember how heartbroken I was as a 15 and 16-year-old. Trying to think I'm gonna call my bitch and some grown nigga answer the phone. Is that your daddy? No, that's my boyfriend. That's your boyfriend, man. That nigga 27. Damn, bitch. So I also felt weird when niggas was singing in high school dating freshmen. I thought that was weird too. Like she just was like 10, like 4 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's odd to me. Maybe it's because I have girls and my son is 11. My oldest is about to be 16 later on this year. So maybe I'm more, cognizant of, of what the fuck is, weird shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm just keeping an eye on all these weird ass niggas. You feel what I'm saying? So one thing we must do is protect our children, protect our young kids, little boys and little girls. All of them, not just little girls. Sometimes we kind of leave the little boys out, and we don't, say protect them, but protect them too. You feel what I'm saying? We got to protect our children out here. You know what I'm saying? Because just like when we were young, they are the target focus of all this corporate shit. That's why all the vapes and shit got flavors that ain't from no ground niggas. That's to attract children. Whether they gonna say it or not, well, that they ain't gonna say it, but you know how that shit kind of go, how they kind of got us in the goddamn loop and had us doing shit that we didn't have no business doing. A part of that is a product of being a product of our environment, but a part of that is also too ideological subversion. You feel what I'm saying? Starting with the young and getting in their head about certain shit, and by the time they become adults, they got us. You feel what I'm saying? So that concept, that theme hasn't changed, and therefore if any time was a time, shit has changed now. So we definitely gotta protect our babies out here, because our babies, they don't understand. They lost in this loop of the internet. You feel what I'm saying? And I guess that's why I brought this up, because they kind of led me to that, right? Is they are growing up with the internet. So if you've seen these stories about, just make sure just make sure that you don't want someone to be a helicopter, but you don't want to be too far back either. You kind of gotta trust them, especially if you raise them right. You feel what I'm saying? So but the internet is a very scary place. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot more scarier than we thought it would be when it first came out. We didn't ever think about, man, what happened? How is it going to be when we have kids, and all of a sudden the peer-to-peer connection with the internet, and how they can lead our children into the wrong direction with what they're seeing, what they're doing. You feel what I'm saying? How does that influence what they're seeing and what they're doing? So that's very important to protect these babies. We're gonna watch these weird ass some bitches with these laws and shit, because I'm gonna have to read up on that a little more. I kind of read something that kind of gave me a question mark, but it is what it is. Y'all read up on that. I'm gonna read up on it too. But that's why I wanted to hone in on it, because I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is going on with that shit? You feel me? I just seen it on my news feed this morning, so I brought it up, off the dribble. You understand me? So we're gonna get off of that, but we're gonna stay with the children, right? We're gonna stay with the children. As you guys already know, I'm a past educator, so I'm always looking at how at the education sectors, right? Looking at how shit is changing. I'm always keen to my children and what they're doing at school, what they teaching at school. They taking some things out. They don't even teach these kids cursing no more, which is fucked up. I don't know why they stopped doing that. But this came across my feed early as well. Out of Tampa, Florida, there's a new school that's coming out that will be driven by artificial intelligence. You heard that right. We got AI tutors. This is where it starts. I'm not sure if this is the first one, but this is a very alarming to me, because a lot of y'all think, you don't took y'all ass to school and think you gonna, and you got your, you know, well, hey, hey, hey. Your ass might be up for the chopping block as well. Now, in Tampa, Florida, they are about to make history with the launch of a new school driven by artificial intelligence set to open later on this year. The school will use AI tools in everything from lesson planning to individualized learning paths, sparking both excitement and debate in the education sector. Now, while I'm a fan of artificial intelligence, I fuck with it. I use it as a tool to help me create content. It helps me expand on things that I do myself. I think it's very important for you to use AI as a tool. Don't let the tool use you. Some of y'all was barely getting by with the Google search bar. Now they're giving you niggas the AI, and you niggas is going further and further less from your actual brain knowledge and depending on these devices for your knowledge. So I need you to use this shit as a tool, and don't let the tool use you. But I'm a big fan of the AI. I fuck with it. You feel what I'm saying? I fuck with it a whole lot, um, because it helps me condense a lot of shit. It helps me structure out my content. It kind of helps me in different ways that it's a catalyst in my life. You feel what I'm saying? Using it to multitask, trying to use it right now to kind of put a visual together with my short stories about the urban jungles roar. You feel what I'm saying? I got that going as well, but it kind of fits into that. So we do got a video right here from Fox 13 out there in Tampa, but a new school is coming to Tampa this fall. Alpha Schools is the name of it. Alpha Schools have allowed some kids to complete full grades in less than 80 days. Full grades in less than 80 days. Now, in this model, it's not about being smart. Mackenzie Price, the co-founder of Alpha School, said it's about getting the level and pacing of material that works for each student. Now, the backstory to this is I have heard about this in Texas, right? I forgot where it was. I forgot where it was, but Alpha School uses artificial intelligence to personalize curriculum for each individual student, and it's set to open at North Dale Mabry Highway in Carrollwood in the fall of 2025. They said the students learn twice as fast, and the AI tutor is able to recognize, hey, this student is struggling a little bit with fractions, but we need to get him back and to review the multiplication table and things like that, right? So this is the model. This is the image, rather. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, this is them introducing the model, right? Now, I kind of figured that because we went through a time where when COVID was here, right? We went through a lot of home learning, a lot of distance learning, right? So I kind of think that kind of plays into this as well. But not every student did well with distance learning. I had to slow my kids down. I had to tell, especially like my son, I had to tell, whoa, Nelly. You know what I'm saying? Slow down, nigga. He burning through it. You feel what I'm saying? He burning through it. But for him, it worked out fine because he was already smart and good with the book work and all the paperwork and shit. Way better than me. He's 10 times a better student than I was. I wasn't no slouch of a student, but my children are way better student than I was. I was already whatever. But so when it came to the distance learning, when they're able to have kind of control on the pace that they learn instead of being paced out and strung out, I fuck with this on that note, right? Even having an educational background, if the AI is going to squeeze in those spots and fill in those spots and say, hey, sometimes teachers and some of y'all be teachers out there, y'all know y'all be on some bullshit. Y'all be having nothing to do in class. Y'all want to give a nigga a packet full of work. They give a nigga a packet full of work. Hit these problems. Do these problems. And I fuck with it. But let's say, for instance, nowadays we're kind of dealing with more students, or better yet, the ratio of students and teachers is kind of lopsided. If you had a tool using the AI to kind of assist you with that, how easy would your job be? You know what I'm saying? But this school is totally driven by AI. So we're gonna take a look at this shit real quick. In 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Okay, let's skip that shit. Yeah, let's go. Damn, skip that shit. Damn, skip that shit.
AI in academics. A new school that's coming to Tampa this fall is driven by artificial intelligence. K through 8th graders will still attend a full school day, just like other students. But how they spend their time in the class will be unlike a traditional school. Fox 13's Ariel Placencia explains.
In this model, it's not about being smart. It's about getting the level and pacing of material that works for each student.
And to accomplish that goal, the new Alpha School coming to Tampa this fall will use artificial intelligence.
And so as a result, our students are able to learn twice as fast in only a couple of hours a day compared to students that are in a traditional classroom.
Mackenzie Price co-founded this AI-driven school. For the first 2 hours of the school day, students at Alpha School use computers and AI to learn traditional subjects, but at their own pace.
And the AI tutor is able to recognize, hey, this student is struggling a little bit with fractions because we need to go back and review the multiplication table. And so they're able to do that. Meanwhile, another student who, again, is maybe advanced and can go very quickly, the AI tutor realizes, okay, this student can go at a much faster pace.
So there are no teachers delivering traditional lectures. Instead, Price says educators serve as motivators, guiding students as they go through individualized curriculum that's tailored to them.
Let's say we're trying to learn a new concept. It might take me 15 reps of this concept before I finally understand that. And it might only take 5 reps. And so there's no reason.
Boy, little cuz stressed out, boy.
Have to sit through.
Hold on, boy. You see little Bradley? What little Bradley was stressed?
15 reps of this concept before I finally understand that. And
as a student, boy, we done been at this point like, oh my motherfucking God, bro. Look, all them long division math problems, all them, you gotta show your work. You gotta show your work. Look, boy, I done been there. I was at part of school. I was like, nigga, I low-key see why some niggas dropped that. Boy, this shit hard in the bitch, boy. Shit hard in the bitch. That nigga said, woo, shit.
It might only take 5 reps. And so there's no reason that you should have to sit through, a standard 10 reps when it only takes you 5.
In the afternoon, students attend workshops aimed at teaching them life skills. Price acknowledges that some might not agree with this educational model.
There are parents out there who just fundamentally believe you have to have a teacher standing in front of a classroom teaching a group of students.
But she says Alpha School has allowed some kids to complete full grades in less than 80 days.
And that's the beauty of personalized learning, which finally artificial intelligence allows us to do.
In Tampa, Ariel Placencia, Fox 13.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm low-key fucking with it. All that extra shit needs to be cut the fuck out. And they go to a workshop on the second half of the school day where they learn life skills. Like, that's what's most important, in my opinion. I fuck with this. I ain't gonna fucking lie. I fuck with it. It does kind of take away from the traditional teaching, but if you see what they doing, you kind of see what they doing with educational, shit like that. So I'm not gonna lie, if this is a new way of teaching these children, they already online. So you low key gotta meet these kids kind of where they're at. If you keep trying to put a fucking book in their face, they ain't gonna be fucking with that shit. These are not dumb kids. They grew up in the era of the internet. They are the internet age kids. A lot of them, if they went through the COVID era, their whole life was disturbed by whatever the fuck that was. So that led them to be more involved in the distant learning and shit like that. And if that's where they want to meet at, I mean, that's where they want to meet now, as long as they, get their social skills. But if this is what it takes to get the kids, more, then I'm out for it. I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with it. You feel me? I fuck with it. We gonna lose pennies You understand me? We gonna get to why the fuck they doing away with the motherfucking meat pennies. That's something I don't really understand. I ain't put none of my captions up and all that shit, but I don't care. People ain't gonna tell you all that copyright infringement reading shit. You know, they don't give a fuck about that shit. But it is what it is. Now, pennies are being phased out. For those who like to give exact change, I'm an exact change type of nigga. Like if the other day I was at a little coffee shop and they got the little smoothie, little blueberry, like a little blueberry pomegranate smoothie that I always get when I slide by that shop, right? The order was like it's like 757. You know what I'm saying? So here I go. I got a 5. I got 2 1. You understand me? Now it's time for the 57. Now I got 2 quarters and I got a nickel. But now I need 2 pennies. And guess what? I had the 2 pennies. So when I seen this news about Trump stopping the goddamn of the order of the goddamn pennies, I was like, all right, you feel what I'm saying? Okay, you feel me now? So my question was this right here is, what the fuck is gonna happen to all them goddamn pennies once the United States start making pennies, right? The American penny isn't going anywhere anytime soon, of course. It's probably gonna take it, of course, some I don't know how long it's gonna take it to actually phase out, but I guess that's the interesting part about it, right? Because how many pennies you goddamn need? I wasn't even aware that they were still making pennies like that. So the news, you know, all this shit going digital and things of that nature, I wasn't. Last thing I was thinking about is they're gonna stop the penny, you know. So the U.S. Treasury Department announced Thursday that it plans to start winding down on production of the 1-cent coin. It has been minting for more than 230 years, but the penny will still remain a legal tender and will still be in the use of thousands of retailers around the country for some time to come. If we look at the experience in Canada, for the first year they stopped making pennies. There's really no change in transactions. Just when the spokesperson for National Association of Convenience Stores, I ain't even had a national association for the corner store. God damn. They got a National Association of the Corner Store. Now the corner stores do more cash transactions than any other group, about $32 million a day, or about 20% higher of the total number of purchases by the customer. You know, they're coming in buying, let me get a Swisher Sweet, let me get a White Owl, let me get a Black and Mild, wood tip. You understand me? Little shit like that, bag of chips and the wood tip and the soda. You understand me? Now the National Retail Federation, which represents most major U.S. store chains, as well as thousands of small retailers, also said that it anticipates its members will use pennies even after production stops at some point early next year. Although it does anticipate that many will round cash transactions to the nearest nickel once the supply of pennies at banks starts to run short. So the retailer's primary goal is serving customers and making this transition as seamless as possible, said Dylan Gian, Senior Director of Government Relations for the NRF. There are an estimated 114 billion goddamn e-pennies currently in circulation, but they are severely underutilized according to the Treasury Department. Many are at home in coin jars getting saved for that one good time. You're gonna need that penny. You feel what I'm saying? So that's kind of, you know, that was kind of strange news to me. Like, goddamn penny, damn, we can't do God. my baby mama on the screen though. Oh shit. Shout out to Dolce. Shout out to Black women. Shout out to the Swamp Princess. Make sure you go listen to that Alligator Bites Never Heal. Things of that nature. I just see my baby mama on the screen. Oh shit. You're here. Okay. Let's get off the screen. I don't want nobody else to see you. Now, this is where we get into some gangster shit. You feel what I'm saying? These next 5 topics, we done ran through, you know, the first few topics, the first 6 topics, and I think we still up on a good time. We still up on an hour, which is great. You feel what I'm saying? We done ran through That shit, this shit. Okay, so these next 5 topics are the ones where the true world order kind of gets strange, right? We're gonna go to, matter of fact, we ain't gonna go to Harvard just yet. Let's talk about the animals. Y'all know I love animals. I love going to the motherfucking zoo. That's my shit. I love going to the zoo. I hit the zoo up. I need to go. I need to go again this year. It's been kind of raining on the weekend. I need to take the kids to go. Sometimes I'll be going on a solo mission. I'll be at the crib watching Animal Planet hours on hours and hours on a day. You know what I'm saying? So I can't leave the True World Order without the animal segments, because an East African crown crane escapes. An East African crown crane. You feel what I'm saying? Now ask yourself, what is an East African crown crane doing over here? You feel what I'm saying? But a zoo in Washington, and this is my boy right here. Shout out to him. But a zoo in Washington is asking nearby residents to be on the lookout for an East African crown crane that escaped from the facility. Now the cougar got loose, right? Not cougar got loose. The the crane got loose from the Cougar Mountain Zoo, and they issued an alert Wednesday on social media. They said, "Hey, have you seen this bird right here? Like, have you seen this shit nigga right here, man? You know what I'm saying? Have you seen this nigga right here, man? You feel me? Where did he go? We scared." Now, they reported a juvenile exotic bird had been spotted outside of zoo grounds in Issaquah. You know, so the crane, distinguished by its crown of golden feathers, you know, real fly. You know, it's East African, so you know it's a black bird. You understand? You already see how he styled and profiled him. You already know he got the afro. He got the afro. You didn't even do the science on that shit. Now, a distinguished, the crane distinguished by its crown of golden feathers was initially seen near the Northwest Newport Way in Issaquah, and was later spotted at Lake Sammamish, goddamn Lake Sammamish State Park. Now, if you see her, that's a her, don't approach. Gonna fuck you up. You feel what I'm saying? So if you out there in the Washington, not Washington D.C., the state of Washington area, and you see this bird, make sure you call all the numbers that you gotta call, or take it to the hood. Try to get the, might come up off this. He might come up off this some bitch. You feel me? Let's see. Let's go to AP photos. Yeah, let's go to the tigers, jaguars, and elephants. Whoa, it won't let us on there. Why not? Why we can't go to the tigers, jaguars, and elephants? Wait a minute, real quick. Let's stop there. And let's see where the fuck we can go to the tigers, jaguars, and elephants. If not, let's see. Fuck that shit go. Oh, there it is. There we go. So, these are just some photos right here. They go, baby mama back on the screen. Where does she get advertising for the Galaxy S25 Edge? Yeah, I might want to buy one of them. If she got one, I gotta have one. Maybe I can call her. I gotta call later on anyway. Anyway, the AP photos, tigers, jaguars, and elephants are the latest to flee Mexico's cartel violence. Now, the Culuacan, Mexico, a pack of veterinarians clambered over hefty metal crates on Tuesday morning, loading them one by one into a fleet of semi-trucks. Among the cargo, tigers, monkeys, jaguars, elephants, and lions, all fleeing the latest wave of cartel violence eclipsing the northern Mexican city of Culuacan. Now, for years, exotic pets of cartel members and circus animals have been living in small animal refuge on the outskirts of Sinaloa's capital. Right? It's not a less known fact. However, a bloody power struggle erupted last year between rival Sinaloa cartel factions, plunging into the region unprecedented violence and leaving the leaders of the Ostok sanctuary reeling from armed attacks, constant death threats, and a cutoff from essential supplies needed to keep their 700 animals alive. You feel what I'm saying? So right in the middle of all that cartel bending going on, they gotta, take care of this as a sanctuary for the, for all them wild animals out there. As you see, my boy right there is in pain. You feel me? This is a lion right here. You feel what I'm saying? We got the goddamn elephants right here. You understand me? We got the goddamn ostrich. No, that's an emu. Okay, that's an emu. And an emu, ostrich. Ostrich, an emu. Anyway, emu. That's the emu. My boy right here, fucked off. It's a lioness getting ready for transfer. They hot. You can't breathe and shit. Cartel locking that shit down. Death threats. Like, it's just weird shit going on with shit over there. That's why Trail World Order is here from the animals. That looks like an East African crane right there. You know what I'm saying? This is the elephant bird though. In Culhuacan, Mexico. So, like I said, man, me personally, I am one for the animals. I'm all animals' rights. I do believe in animals' rights. You feel what I'm saying? So, elephants and jaguars. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes, man. You feel sad. Cartel animals. Nigga, baby mama get on the goddamn screen. Cartel animals are in danger. So I don't know how to reach out to them. I don't know if there's a reach out number, but I just wanted to give y'all that. Like I said, these are my animal segments. We up on a good time right now. I gotta go make this jambalaya real quick from scratch. Stop playing games. So the last 3 episodes of True World Order, right? These Wednesday shows have been action-packed. These Wednesday shows have been weird. These Wednesday shows have been kind of wacky as well. It kind of balances off the seriousness of the knowledge that's getting dropped on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Make sure y'all show up for those 2 as well. We'll do more promo on that on the back end. But there's always a but. Wednesdays kind of I don't know. Marsupial madness is becoming a common theme on these Wednesdays, right? The last 2 weeks I've done this Wednesday show, we've had stories about goddamn marsupial. You don't know what a marsupial is? This is the perfect time for you to use your smartphone and learn what a marsupial is. So the first story was 3 weeks ago. It was about a pet kangaroo on the loose in Alabama, somewhere around Tuskegee area, things of that nature. It was on the loose. They had to corral it. The second story, right, was in South Carolina. This was last week, where a guy, his brother owned a sanctuary or petting zoo, whatever the fuck he owned it in South Carolina, and his brother always used to go in there. This is a grown man, by the way, and wrestle with the kangaroo. This time, the kangaroo put him down for the count, and I mean all the way down. The kangaroo killed the man. He was tired of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Every time you come in here fucking around, you keep fucking with me. Now, we also got a loose pet kangaroo in Colorado. Like I said, marsupial madness. These kangaroos. And although I'm not bullshitting, you can check out the Wednesday show last week. That kangaroo was named Jack. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bullshitting. For those of us know what that means, y'all remember the movie Kangaroo Jack. No bullshit. It is what it is. But there was a loose kangaroo, a pet kangaroo. Now, I'm not sure why you would want a pet kangaroo, but a pet kangaroo, it got loose, and the police, they were squabbling with that son of a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is southwestern Colorado. So Irwin, his name is Irwin, a pet kangaroo, wasn't that difficult to nab when he got loose last fall in Durango. Still quite young at the time, he leaped into a bag similar into a mother's kangaroo pouch. But on Monday, this is his second time, right? So on Monday, he got loose again, and he wasn't no small kangaroo. You understand me? So a police was worried he get hit by a car because he out here doing way too motherfucking much. Now, on Monday, Irwin got motherfucking loose. Now he too goddamn big. That technique wasn't going to work. The officers were debating whether they needed a lasso or what the plan was. You know, somebody I know in the back was like, shoot that son bitch. We can't shoot that son bitch. It's a pet. So Commander Nick Stacy said Tuesday, now Officer Shane Garrison, described by Stacy as a farm boy. He's a good farm boy, Southwestern Colorado. I don't know how they talk out there, Southwestern Colorado, but he's a good farm boy with animal handling experience. He figured it out after following Irwin down an alley into a backyard. Now, Irwin was still small enough, about as big as a medium-sized dog, for Garrison to corner him near a house, sneak up on him, grab him. Now, he carried the kangaroo to a police truck back seat and shut the door. And they do have the police video. No kangaroo. See, this is the story right here, as you can see on the screen. So you know I'm not bullshitting. You see right here where my little mouse is, runaway kangaroo on the loose named Sheila. All right, so Sheila was going down the interstate in Alabama, right? The next week it was Jack, and now it's Irwin. So Sheila, Jack, and Irwin been doing the goddamn meat food. Now, Nick Stacy wasn't sure how Irwin got out, but this 2-year-old pet will only get harder to catch because, hey, by age 4 or 5, they can grow taller than most men and weigh 200 pounds. You know what I'm talking about? 90 kilos for those who know what the kilos. You know, that conversion, you know. Now, they can hop faster than the person runs and whoop your motherfucking ass. You feel what I'm saying? Now, we want all the pet owners to be responsible with their pet, how they keep it safe, and things of that nature. Now, I don't know why the fuck you would want a pet kangaroo. We got body cam footage. You will only get this here on the Trill World Order. Here we go.
Don't upload
right after this goddamn ad. Let's mute this shit. Go ahead and get y'all shit off real quick, man. Goddamn, nigga. Fuck. Ads. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is Irwin. Irwin in the city going crazy. All right, let's go back a little bit and let me full screen this some bitch. All right, let's get to it. Let's go.
Buddy? Yeah.
The call note stated that there was a kangaroo running down the road on College, and requested that officers respond to apprehend the kangaroo.
Hey.
When I heard the call come out, I was very excited.
Hey, grab them feet.
We had a call about maybe 6 or 8 months ago with the kangaroo, same one, and so I kind of knew what would happen, and the story behind it, so I was excited. We had an officer ask one of the deputies close by for a lasso, and I don't know how far out he was, so I was like, you know what, we have him cornered now, we might as well just try and apprehend him now. So I reached down, was able to pet him, and grabbed him.
Hey, open the door.
Negative.
You can move your hand, nigga.
Yeah, open the door.
I don't know if he jumped the fence or if the door was open and he got out. My guess is he just got out with the door being opened. I know that the kangaroo does stay in the house with him. It's an awesome call. I'm happy that I was able to work with my team and my other officers on this call and experience this adventure.
Yeah?
He was that cool with you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought. I just grabbed him.
The thieves, jerk offs. Look, man. So,
don't upload your videos
to. God damn. Oh, man, let me get back to my shit. God damn, man. All right, man. So, that is that on kangaroo. No animals were home doing all that shit while they high fiving and grab ass and things of that nature. Now, the week before last week, I also covered a case. There's always a strange case. Like I said, you know, some points of Trill World Order, you're going to You gonna, okay, that's what's up. It seemed like a regular show until the show doesn't become regular. I told you this is where strange news meets my hobbies, at least some other shit that is very interesting. I kind of put it all together in this gumbo of a show, which is a True World Order. Now, I always talk about that, this is my animal segment. When we get into these last two segments, and then we'll go back to what's going on at Harvard Medical School. What surprises me is the amount of human beings that have exotic pets that get caught with hard drugs, right? About 2 weeks ago on the Wednesday show, we talked about a raccoon that was caught. There was a lady that was caught, and she had some drugs on her, you understand me? But when they went back to the car to check whatever, they had a pet raccoon with a meth pipe. And just to show you, I'm not lying, I look this shit up right now. Nigga be like, nigga, ain't no way a goddamn raccoon with a meth pipe. You know what I'm saying? It was out here, nigga, you lying, you capping like a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't no way a raccoon with a goddamn meth pipe was out here in Ibby. You know what I'm talking about? Body cam video of the goddamn raccoon. And this is in Ohio, Springfield Township. And this is the video of the raccoon. I'm just trying to frame it for you so you can see where we're going with this, because a lot of people don't understand what the True World Order does. And this Wednesday show is kind of up all the way in the air. It's so up in the air you can barely even goddamn see. So this is the raccoon with the meth pipe. You feel what I'm saying? This is the raccoon with the meth pipe. Body cam footage right here, True World Order. Right to this ad, of course.
Fellas,
come on, cuz come on, bro. Skip ad, nigga. Let's get
okay.
This is
raccoon with the meth pipe, nigga. True World Order. We do this shit. Let's get to it.
what she's smoking meth in.
Okay.
The raccoon's playing with her meth pipe.
All right.
Oh, there's no. He's trying to smoke it.
All right.
Hey,
There's no.
hey, look.
All right.
Hey, look. Ain't no goddamn games being played, man. Over here, nobody else is bringing you this type of news. This type of strange news. See, the mother niggas just got hot topics. They want to tell you about the raccoon with the meth pipe. I forgot what's the raccoon's name. I forgot his name. What was his name? Because he had a name. I want to say it was Rocket or some shit like that. But
Oh, there's no.
you can see right there, bottom left-hand screen. Do you see it? The raccoon with the meth pipe. This is the type of shit that goes on. This is what I be doing on the days where I like to chill. I gotta find the strange shit that's going on wherever the fuck is going on at. And right now, this was in Springfield Township, Ohio, where as you can see, it's a pet raccoon. Oh, his name was Chewy. That's what his name was. His name was Chewy. So his name was Chewy. And as you can see, he trying to hit that motherfucker. Like, they smoking meth with the raccoon. Apparently it's long, because how the fuck would he know how to hold the meth pipe? I bullshit you not. This is not AI. This is real shit. Feel what I'm saying?
He's trying to smoke it.
All right.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
There's no way.
This bitch over here laughing. Look, goofy bitch, you going to jail, ho? Stupid little bitch. What are you doing? Anyway.
All right. Enough fun and games. This is what she's smoking meth in.
Okay.
The raccoon's playing with her meth pipe. Oh, there's no. He's trying to smoke it.
Crazy work, right? So that's why I had to preface this to make you understand. Try to frame it up for me. You know what I'm saying? Try to frame it up for you. So we're going to head from Springfield Township, Ohio. And we're going to take a nice little trip to the beautiful, beautiful place of Costa Rica, right? Now, in Costa Rica, we got some shit going on down there in Costa Rica. And it's hit my desk, is hit the True World Order headquarters. They said, check this out. My Costa Rican partner said, hey man, we got some shit going on. I said, send it to me for the Wednesday show. You know how it go. And they sent it right to me. We got Costa Rican police seized 5 capybaras, crack cocaine, and marijuana from a fleeing vehicle. Capybaras and crack cocaine. You understand me? We got the video right here, but Costa Rican police seized 5 capybaras, crack cocaine, and marijuana after chasing down a fleeing vehicle on the highway along the Central American country's Pacific coast on Thursday. Now, these large rodents are semi-aquatic, all right? Semi-aquatic South American relative to the guinea pig, and happen to be having a moment on social platforms now, but they're not native to Costa Rica. So the Public Security Ministry said Thursday that processing, transport, or trafficking them is illegal. The agency said that it had never recorded another seizure of the animals. This is the first one, right? 2 men in the vehicle, both had criminal records. All right. The police action was important and showed the concurrence of where the drug world coincides with the introduction of non-native species. Now, I did a story also about that too as well a few weeks ago about the hippos still being a problem in Medellin, Colombia. Those hippos are none other than Pablo Escobar's hippos. He brought hippos. If you know about Pablo Escobar, nigga had a zoo. Nigga had everything out there, but he had a zoo and he had hippos shipped in from Africa or some wild shit like that. Those hippos got the fucking, and now it's they're being that part of the they're being overran by hippos over there in Medellin, Colombia, and surrounding areas and that was only by Pablo Escobar. Those are his hippos that started this shit, basically. So the introduction of non-native species, this is another concurrence of where the drug world meets the introduction of non-native species. That's what Mario Zamora said. Now, the capybaras were turned over to the National System of Conservation Areas to be evaluated by veterinarians as a non-native species. They can't be released in Costa Rica, so they will be taken to a refuge for environmental and conservation education programs. We're going to watch the video and get to the last topic of the day. We got live footage of the capybaras after this motherfucking ad. Boy, say, here we go. All right. Nope. I don't accidentally click some shit. All right, there we go. Wait a minute. Just pause that. Slide that back. Get that right there. Drop that down. All right, here we go. Costa Rican capybaras. Goddamn, it's a lot of C's. Crack cocaine, Costa Rican a lot of C's in that. Costa Rican capybaras and crack cocaine and all type of shit like that. So we seen the raccoons with the
Se logra ubicar al interior de este vehículo crack, marihuana, pero de forma inédita, una especie no nativa.
You see my dog, he got the motherfucking swoop. You understand me? He got the goddamn swoop. And he hitting them off. Y'all ain't see, y'all really didn't do the signs to see how he matched the tie with the goddamn, with the shit behind him. You know what I'm saying? The curtains. He matched the tie with the curtain. It might be tangerine, something like that. How he matched that. That's kind of
en Costa Rica. Se denominan capibaras. Macho, hembra y crías. Se da aquí la concurrencia de un fenómeno que se ha dado en otros países de América Latina, en donde el mundo de la droga coincide con la introducción de especies exóticas no nativas a medios nacionales.
So, like I said, that happens a whole lot, especially with the cartels and things of that nature, where they introduce non-native species. You know what I'm saying? You done been in your hood. We ain't gotta go too far. You done been in your hood, walk to the corner store. I know I done seen so many exotic pets in South Dallas. I be like, how the fuck did you get that here? Niggas walking around with finger monkeys. And I remember walking to shout out to everybody in South Dallas. Yeah, y'all know where Mr. K's is. I'm walking to Mr. K. I'm doing my normal. You know, I don't walk from my crib to Mr. K. You know what I'm saying? I come around the corner, it's a nigga in front of the goddamn Mr. K with a goddamn boa constrictor on his motherfucking neck. You feel what I'm saying? Talking about, nah, you can walk past, it's cool. Nigga, if you don't move that motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? And if you know Mr. K, it ain't much sidewalk. So once you walk, you been in that corner of Mr. K. I was going to Mr. K for my mama. I wanted some salami and cheese, you know what I'm saying? So dapped up, you know what I'm saying? The little man out there, you know what I'm talking about? Getting my salami and cheese. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to go in and get some salami and cheese crackers. Saltine, salami and cheese. Grab me some black raspberry now later. Grab me a little soda, a couple ice. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe a little fudge round, zebra cake, and a pack of Benson and Hedges menthol 100s for my tea lady. You understand me? Shout out to Mr. K. I don't know where he's at right now, but shout out to Mr. K, man. Real legend. Had that sawed off up under that goddamn boy. You wasn't gonna do nothing. But anyway, in front of the stove, niggas had a boa constrictor. I'll never forget how to I never been scared before. Like, you know, I've never been that scared before in my life. I felt like I just envisioned this son bitch just reaching out and biting the fuck out of me. You feel what I'm saying? But it was I guess a very domesticated boa constrictor. But and I've seen a bunch of other wild shit. You know, y'all remember when Trap Boy Freddy got his houses raided in? They found a goddamn tiger in there. And y'all also know about the Dallas Zoo and had loose gorillas, and also they found two niggas them broke in there and found two exotic monkeys that was in the closet somewhere in Lancaster. So I'm no stranger to exotic animals in the hood being introduced, non-native animals being introduced in areas where, you know, goddamn well that shit is not from here. Fuck you doing with a monkey? You feel what I'm saying? Also, y'all remember the jaguar they got loose from Dallas Zoo as well. It was a jaguar on the goddamn loose. So wild shit. You feel what I'm saying? Wild shit. So thought that was very interesting, and that would end my animal segment. So now, last but not least, as you see the title, Trappin' Not the Morgue, man, we got a guy over here in Harvard. He's the former Harvard medical morgue manager. He pleaded guilty, right? He had them real bows. All these trap niggas talking about, yeah, I had them bows on me. Nah. You ain't really had them balls on you like that. You know what I'm saying? And my guy right here, he really had them balls on. Like, he really had them balls, like, nigga, elbows. Like, real elbows. Like, you on your arm. He had the elbows. He pled guilty. Transporting human remains during the change of plea hearing. Now, Cedric Lodge, the former morgue manager at Harvard Medical School, charged with stealing and selling parts of human cadavers, pleaded guilty to the interstate transport of stolen human remains during a Wednesday change of plea hearing, according to the Department of Justice press release. Lodge pleaded guilty to the illegal transport of human remains given to the HMS, Harvard Medical School, anatomical gift program from 2018 through 2022 in accordance with the plea deal he made with federal prosecutors last month. Under the plea agreement, Lodge no longer faces a conspiracy charge, and prosecutors recommended he receive less than the maximum sentence of 10 years for imprisonment and a fine of $250,000. Now, even though Lodge, who worked as morgue manager for almost 3 decades, filed a guilty plea in April, he had to attend Wednesday's change of plea hearing because he had previously pleaded not guilty to the charges. And they was like, said, and we know you got them goddamn boy, you know you was doing that. So I don't like this story, but it's very interesting because every hearing now you always hear about the conspiracy theories of like the organ harvesting. You know what I'm saying? And some people like, ain't nobody selling no kidneys, and no, you got the game fucked up. This is right here in front of your face now. This ain't from no bullshit site. This is from the Harvard Crimson. This is the press from Harvard, right? This is right here, right in front of your face. Now, Even though Lodge, who he worked as the morgue manager for almost 3 decades, filed a guilty plea in April. He attended the change of plea. Now, Harvard Medical School fired Lodge after he was indicted in 2023 for transporting heads, brains, skins, and bones. Like I said, he really had them bones. Everybody talking about, I got them bones. I got them bones. No, he really had them elbows, nigga, like real elbows, nigga. Like if you needed an extra elbow, nigga, he had an elbow for your motherfucking man. All right, heads, brains, skins, and bones, and other human remains that he stole from Harvard Medical School morgues in his New Hampshire home. Now, his wife, his wife was in on it too. They was trapping out the morgue. He and his wife would sell the remains for a profit to buyers in other states, including Massachusetts and Pennsylvania. Now, let me magnify. I know a lot of folks out there with small eyes. If you're having a hard time seeing this, please say something. But I got it up on the screen for your brain. Now, Harvard Medical School Dean George Q. Daly, 82. That part of his name, 82. Anyway, he wrote in an April statement that while Lodge had agreed to plead guilty and taking responsibility for his crimes, this likely provides little consolation for the families impacted. Right? So, in the filing on March 3rd, Lodge's attorney asked the judge to dismiss his charges on the grounds that human remains are not classified as goods, wares, merchandise, securities, or money, and thus their sale cannot be charged under the United States Code. Now, Denise Lodge, you know what I'm saying? Denise Lodge, the trap queen, was always, there for her motherfucking man. He had them goddamn bows and brains for sale, and she was like, I'm riding with you. They was the Bonnie and Clyde of niggas, boy say. Now she was charged in 2023 and pleaded guilty to the same offense last year, but she has yet to be sentenced. Other defendants have also entered guilty pleas, including Joshua Taylor. They had the whole trap booming and bunking with brains and elbows, kneecaps. They had kneecaps for 20, and elbows for 35, ankle for 15. They might sell you a toe. You know what I'm saying? They might sell you a heart. They might sell you, they might sell you a neck. They might sell you a ear. You feel me? They might sell you a 2 front teeth. They had everything going for the low. You feel me? So Joshua Taylor, who entered a plea one day before live, Katrina McLean, another defendant who brought remains from Lodge, has yet to enter a plea since contesting her indictment on the same grounds as Lodge. Now, an external panel reviewed the anatomical gift program in 2023 and urged Harvard Medical School to develop a more standardized policy and procedure for the morgue. Now, the panel's report who's it over there? Anyway, that's somebody at my door. Anyway, now the panel's report specifically recommended that the university update its morgue security. Who the fuck is outside my door? Anyway, I'm getting distracted. They recommended that the university's update is morgue security, screen morgue staff, and more closely track cadavers. So they got lawyers for Lodge, and the affected families did not immediately respond to requests for comment, and they, disgraceful betrayal of individuals who this is the Harvard Medical School, boy. That is, we're gonna walk this through. Shock and read, but goddamn, that's about 40 letters in that goddamn word. Altruisically. Listen, altruisic. Hey, now I'm used to the base word, but I never, altruistically. Choose. Come on. Sound that minute. Put your finger on the screen. Okay, altruistically. Now, altruistically. Come on, man. We reading Rainbow Babies, baby. You understand me? I had to slow down because I stuttered too. I was going to probably fuck up around the IS and the T. That was going to send me up to the upper room down there and stroke. So altruistically choose to will their bodies to Harvard Medical School's anatomical gift program. We continue to express our deep compassion to all those affected. So that is the last story of the Trill World Order of the Wednesday show. You understand me? Shout out to everybody out there that loves the show. Rave reviews. We are live on not only just YouTube but on Twitter and Facebook right now. So I would love for everybody to do this for me while we are here right now at this moment. Let me get my NPR on. If you would like to donate to this show, this is a independent show. So if you would like to donate to this show, the Cash App at the right top end corner. $ monumental MINDYAMENTAL. You understand me? Also, there is a QR code at the bottom right hand corner. Let me move this out the way. You understand me? Bottom right hand corner. This is a interactive show. So if you are watching this on a second device, a third party device, if you're watching this show on a TV or something, tablet, Nextel, Chirp, Sidekick, whatever it is, if you put your other device to this QR code right here in the corner, it's going to take you to everything that is Trill Pill. Everything that is Trill Pill. Everything that is me. You understand what I'm saying? Cut that screen out real quick. And also, let me do this real quick, man. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you got a chair that ain't being too fair, you understand me? If you got a table that ain't being too, you feel me? Head over to my brother at 1 Furniture Restoration. Don't throw it out. Give us a shout. I will repeat. If you got a chair that ain't being too fair, if you got a table, it ain't being too stable. You got to put a tennis ball on that thing or something. You know what I'm saying? We all done been there. Well, if you like that piece of furniture, you don't want to throw it away. Don't throw it out, baby. Give us a shout. Holla at my brother at bruceg953@gmail.com. He's gonna make sure you turn that thing to a one-of-one piece of art. You understand me? One-of-one piece of art. Also, there's a QR code top left-hand corner for those who are technology inclined. Now, also we have a Substack. If you like them old school style blog platforms, excuse me. I do have a Substack and it's stacking over there. You understand me? It's cracking over there. There is a beautiful and intelligent Black community over there on Substack that I'm a part of. And I would like for you to be a part of too. You don't have to worry about nobody trolling you, nobody doxing you, nobody making fun of you because you got 6 toes, nobody making fun of you because you whatever. You understand me? You don't have to feel threatened because everybody over there is of a certain ilk. You're obviously, if you're on Substack, it means you like to read, you like to interact, you like to, really get down in there. I'm on Substack as well with the prescription. The prescription on Substack, holla at me. There is a QR code for that as well, top right hand corner. You understand me? Also, we are heading towards the end of 2025 Mental Health Awareness Month. Turn awareness into action. Turn your awareness into action. That is the theme for this month. Excuse me. And it's very important for us to turn our awareness into action. Don't just post a hashtag. Don't just post a quote. How you gonna put that quote and that hashtag into action? You see me, I'm putting this shit into action every time I drop a video about mental health or something that is of that branch or that tree. You understand me? So I'm not only putting my awareness in action. You know what I'm talking about? I'm really stepping on the stigma out here. You feel me? I'm stepping on the stigma of Black men and mental health. So go ahead and step with me if you love me. You feel me? Also, these are all the platforms. Like I said, if you hit that QR code, it's going to take you to all these platforms. Everything is in there, from the Twitter to the Instagram, to the YouTube, to the Facebook, to the Substack, the Spotify, and the Twitch as well. And also the reason why I feel so good right now after working a long, hard day, right? Long, hard day out there in the sun. You understand me? Dubby. Now, are you tired of energy drinks that leave you crashing halfway through your grind? It's time to level up with W Energy, the clean energy formula designed for focus, clarity, and real performance. No jitters, no sugar, no BS. Just smooth, powerful energy that hits different. So whether you are gaming late night, creating content, chasing goals, or pushing through that 9 to 5 or that graveyard shift, you understand me? W's got the fuel for you. The fuel for you, right? W's got the fuel for you to stay in the zone. It's what you need to crush it. But here's the best part of all that, right? Use my code MINDYAMENTAL, MINDYA MENTAL at Checkpoint and get 10% off your order. I repeat, use my coupon code MINDYAMENTAL at the checkout and get 10% off your order because your mind deserves to stay trill. You understand me? Shout out to Dubby. Yeah. So that being said, we're gonna end the show out right here. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Tomorrow, I think I have ducked off tomorrow. The first video of this week, I'm always trying to get 3 out, no less than 2 videos out per week, right? No less than 2 videos out per week. I'm gonna try to get those out. Let me see what I got up. I think it's ducked off. So yesterday, what I did was this. I did the Quiet Revolution, the return of being, right? The return of being, meaning being able to just be, the state of just being. You feel me? In this world, we always, we're so connected, and I'm kind of on a groove with this as well, because I kind of feel like we've been robbed of certain things that were once overlooked, taken for granted, like being bored. You feel me? Like being bored, Nowadays, we're never bored. Being bored helps you. It was the foundation for your imagination as a child. Being bored and just getting lost in the sauce. I done got bored. I done came out the house. I'm looking there for my partners that they bored too. We at the house. We done got a whole journey. You feel what I'm saying? So, in this age that's ruled by all the scrolls, the infinite scrolls, relentless algorithms, and the dopamine drip notifications. You feel me? Silence has somewhat become radical. So boredom is somewhat lost. It's sacred now. You feel me? It's punished now. Everywhere you go, you're attached to something. You're tethered to some type of entertainment to keep you, sometimes you got to slow everything down. You feel what I'm saying? I'm from Texas, so you already know we had no problem with slowing everything down. You feel me? Slowing it down, not because we ain't smart, but slowing it down so we can really see what's going on around here. You know what I'm saying? So we can really see what's going on. Sometimes when shit moving too fast, they kind of get shit over on you. But all beneath the overstimulated surface of modern life, right? A quiet revolution is forming. And it's kind of a cultural countercurrent of people reclaiming space for stillness. If your mama was in that Bible, you already know she be still. You feel what I'm saying? Be still, be still. So people are reclaiming the space for stillness, disconnection, and depth. And what I did yesterday is not a retreat into nostalgia or the anti-technology, whatever, right? The eludism of anti-technology, right? It's more of a rebellion against the tyranny of always online culture, right? Where the value is measured in speed, volume, and virality. So the quiet revolution is not loud or glamorous, and it's not live stream. It resists all that clout bullshit that be online. All that bullshit, 98% of this shit don't mean a motherfucking thing, but it's in your face every motherfucking day. And it breathes in that forgotten space that once birthed imagination and creativity, right? So that's what I did yesterday. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I did yesterday. Now tomorrow, I know I have ducked off part 2, but I might push that back because I might want to revisit ideological subversion, right? I did a show about control culture. It was basically about how ideological subversion, how it undermines hip hop and mental health, right, in our community. So I'm leaning towards going back on that. And like I said before, I know if this is your introduction to the Trill Pill, this show is kind of everywhere because that's how I structured it to be. This is my everywhere show. It satisfied my other Gemini side of wanting to be wild. You feel what I'm saying? But the other side of me is strictly about this business, strictly about doing this science. You feel what I'm saying? And really trying to figure out the whys and whats of the world through my lens. You know what I'm saying? People who are like me, who are like-minded. So make sure you go to my page. I'll pull this up real quick. Make sure you go on the videos. There we go. So yeah. Let me see. Okay. These playlists. Podcast playlist. Okay, so let me see. So yeah, let me bring this up real quick. Okay, bring this up real quick, and then we were at the good stopping point, so I can go make this jambalaya. You understand me? Making real jambalaya. You feel me? Not no box jambalaya. We actually got ingredients. You understand me? And seasonings. Jambalaya. You know, I'm gonna put the chicken in there this time. Put the chicken in there. Put a little chicken. So, just for you to know what this shit looks like, this is the Trill Pill digital. As you can see, this is what it looks like right here. You can see this is an animated picture of me right here. I might change that, whatever. As you can see, all these links, the same link tree link is right here as well. I got a bio. I got a Patreon for you to join as well. But as you see right here, man, we got 127 subscribers, man. We need to get that up to 127,000. You feel me? Now, this is all my videos. This is what I've been doing for the last few days. This is the ducked off 2 that might be tomorrow, might not. This is the one that we in right now. The quiet revolution, entertained to death. The other, so this is what I'm doing on this page right here. This is very structured. It's a lot better. You'll also see I kind of walk you through a journey of what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? But I love it. I love doing this. I love creating content, and you know, it is what it is. So hopefully you will enjoy what's going on with that. Those are just the live streams. I got way more videos. Don't get it twisted. We got way more videos of that. So, like I said, man, I do have very bingeable content. And like I said, just indulge and enjoy. You feel me? And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So, like I said, man, that is that. And that's it for the show. That is it for the show. make sure you subscribe. Matter of fact, let me grab that link for those who want to subscribe to the show. I'll subscribe to. Let me grab the link. There we go. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll figure it out which show I want to do. But there will be a show tomorrow, so just make sure you not only subscribe, but you also hit the notification button as well. And shout out to everybody that stopped through. Shout out to my guy, I'm on one, fellow United Negro Bald-Headed Association. You know what I'm saying? We out this bitch, man. I'm gone. Thank you, everybody who showed up. And for the ones who are rewatching this, I appreciate you too as well. I'm a Trill Pill. I'm your host of this wild shit that you witness here. Cocaine, crack cocaine, and the capybaras and the animals and the elbows and toes and everything like that being sold. You feel what I'm saying? The animals, you know, on the loose. Kangaroos running around. House bills being passed. DC and Marvel shit. Black Panther being dropped from Cliffhanger and EA and all that shit all into one. You will never ever see another show like this. And I'm always gonna deem myself as the greatest. You feel what I'm saying? I'm the greatest that the world just don't know of. The Trill Pill. I'm out of here. We got with a nice little tune. I said, my boy, I'm on one is here. You feel what I'm saying? He from around the way down there in that boot. You feel me? We gonna go with Rally Boys, Rally Up. Rally Boys featuring the Big Timers. Rally Up, man. I'm gone. Dallas, Texas. You know. Legends. Cottonmouth just know. Rally up. I'm out of here. Monumental to be monumental. Stay trill and heal, and most of all, stay mentally trill. Man, I'm gone. And fuck the main ass niggas too. Need a little sauce on that.
I tell no lies, nigga, I'm about my riches. I ride with TVs to excite these bitches. Nigga, I do what I do and I do it well. I'll never be the next nigga tag-toe living in hell. Caged up and can't make bail. My round gave me a front and I gambled and fell. I'm 210, brown skin, hard up hustler from this life I've been in. Got this rap game on lock and these other niggas can't win. And I'm shedding tears for my niggas in a pen. Doing alphabet life sentences. Ain't enough money in this world that could bring them back out, you nigga. But Playboy, I must ball till I fall. Drank like a gas tank, keep taking trips to the bank. So Playboy, won't you tell me how you loving that one, nigga?
Lil Weezy Desperado, just don't give a damn. Snatch a girl, cut off her hand, make her look like a man. Cash money, my bloodstream, I'm an official head sitter. Gorilla made nigga, uptown great filler. I ride 20s all day, don't ball the block, I be sending 50 y'all way. I don't think they ready for when my salt all spray. But I'ma be a hot boy nigga always.
Always.
Coming down one time. Cash money, rally money. Just know, Cotton Mile, hot boys. Let it be known that it's the dirty, dirty. What boys got a 50-50 chance of making 30. I don't know if it's the music, the alcohol, or the weed that make me put on my soldier rag and go get what I need. Nice cars, good weed for my cigars, money for whatever when we get back from war. Heat it up with them boys with chopper toys on the hips, bitches on the dick, swamp water on the sticks. We gon' rally from Louisiana, Texas to Cali. Beat up back street riders with the weight in the alley. South Dino, and we've been paper chasing for days, making cash money, rallying up, boy. Always.
You can love me and leave me, keep me and free me. Call me on my cell, a bitch, you can beat me. Ride with me and walk, put my shit in poke. If you ain't got no gas money, then bitch, don't talk. That's my Benz, my house, my shit. That's your shoes, your shirt, and your little other outfit. One thing I don't tolerate is a broke ass slut. I'm doing all the work, bitch, while you getting all the nuts. Nah, some of you niggas wear G-strings too. See, some of you niggas run with bitch-made crews. See, some of you niggas impersonate men, but you gotta let a bitch be a bitch, whether it's family or friends.
Stack a
taker. Hang with real for fakers. I'm 20-inch rim riding, rolling sporter in gators. Just like the duck from Memphis 10, we gon' tear the club up. Mac a bitch like Dolomite and put a hole in the book. Hydroponic and chronic, crush promethazine. Watching 90-inch screens, dropping birds on the beam. I'm rolling raw blue Hummer with them black rally stripes. Met a pure bitch and whistle, fuck the hoe the same night. Cause Playboy, we on Rome like them next telephones. Roll from Texas to the Inno, smoke that Cadillac Rome. Cash money and rally, we got the weight in the alley. From the Magnolia Project to the clips in the valley. We leaving haters face down cause we ain't giving a fuck. Hollow point slanging niggas with them dope-ass nuts, we rally up.
She's a Playboy. I know you love it now. Nigga, you know how we do it with these Dallas boys.
Rally boys,
in
you know.
Style.
You dig?
Niggas flying in helicopters. Niggas rolling head buses. Niggas rolling with #1 stunners. Niggas the big timers. You got to love us. Niggas the break timers and gold.
Cotton mouth jizz, no.
Rolexes on both wrists.
That's right, that's
20
right.
round out neck, nigga. We loving these bitches. Got my pussy
Rally
like chillin', chillin',
Keep
nigga.
things
We don't play with you, bitch,
Section
nigga.
rally.
Got this rally, entertainment.
Putting it down, you heard me?
Had to see tomorrow.
For sure. It's them rally boys. 1999, 2000 and forever. We rally up.